All right, as promised, we took care of our Boolean operation, and this is grayed out, and this truss is sitting on here because we're not working on this right now. And there's just been this orange box that says context 1 of bridge. Insert and go to assembly. Boom. Insert part 1. Boom. And now we have our assembly done, and we have our bridge sitting on our assembly. Now, because we went on center, it goes half and half, but we're going to pick that up a little bit and we'll be fine, perfectly fine. All right, it'd be really nice to be able to mirror this over this plane, but unfortunately, we can't mirror necessarily, but we can do a linear pattern. So it says instances, so I'm going to click this piece here. Direction is over here, and I can tell the distance to go away. And I said I'm going to do 2 inches. And I want 1 count of it, and I'm going to hit the green check mark. And I have the beginning to my truss bridge done. If I go back and adjust one of these, let's say I want to come back and adjust one of these. I don't like this. Edit in context. I can come back and I can adjust it. When I adjust it and I go back, it'll come back and update automatically. So I'm super happy with what this is looking like at this point. Okay. Now we need to start putting our roadbed in. Right now, a car falls into the water. So we need to get our roadbed in. Now our roadbed, this is not like a true roadbed. We're not going to have to lay boards all the way across it. We don't have to have a matchbox car drive across it, but we do have to support that 1.5 inch by 1/2 inch thick by 4 inch long piece of wood in here. So it's going to sit on here, and then we'll hang the bucket down below. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So we're going to create a new part in context. Again, create part studio. Select origin. I'm going to keep the same origin as we've been keeping. And everything else is kind of hidden, which is good. So I'm going to start out by making a new sketch right on the center plane. And you see it's getting kind of difficult to see what's going on. So I'm going to be offset a little bit. And I need to know where this piece is on that sketch. So I'm going to go project geometry. And I'm going to project this whole wall side. And I'm still on project geometry, and I'm rotating around a little bit so I can see the inside of this truss. And I'm going to project this whole wall side. So now I have those 2 pieces in there. I know these 3 dots are center, midpoint, top, and bottom. This comes all the way to the bottom. I'm happy there. I'm going to draw a corner rectangle. And I'm going to go from here, the top edge, all the way down to that bottom edge. Perfect. Now I can start seeing what I got going on. I know I want to make some bracing happening in here. So I'm going to make some bracing happen to the midpoint, up to here, and one straight up the center. And I got my bracing. And again, it's going to be helpful if I just highlight it and I turn it to construction lines. That will be helpful. Green check mark. So this stuff fits inside, so all of my pieces have to be inside that line, which is going to be not a problem. So I'm going to start out by making my beam. Got my giant pieces of tubing here. And I'm going to grab, right now while they're still giant, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put them inside. Now they're all inside. See that? And then I'm going to go to custom profile. And I'm going to go to my profiles, 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch. And they're all inside. And I'm just going to click on these 3 and see what they do. I'm going to add them in. See if I like them. See if I like what's happening. I don't really like what's happening because they're kind of tipping themselves in goofy angles, especially this one. So I'm going to get rid of those last 3 that I just did, and I'll make them in a second piece. I am going to, on this one, hit miter all corners. Just fixes those corners up. This corner right here doesn't want a miter. And then I'm going to merge them. So it locks them all together. Green check. Coming up to this beam. Next set of beams. Again, I stayed right in the center and center. So this one here, we're going to put all these in the center. Bing, bing, bing. Custom profile. 1/8 inch by 1/8 inch. And we're going to use trim. You can see these, this is not right, so we need to use trim. And trim by the bottom edge. Trim by this side. Trim by this side. And this takes a little bit to get to rotate around and get it to actually pick. The last thing I'm going to trim by is this bottom face. These here, I can't trim by them because it's creating them at the same time. So I'm not going to trim by that. I'm just going to know to fix that when I'm actually doing it. So we got that piece done. Now we got to join this all together. So we're going to do that fun operation called Boolean. Doing a union. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want all these pieces in here. Green check. Change it to one part. Locked it all up. And that's how I make beginning my roadbed brace. Go ahead, make your own. Enjoy.